Hello, Mari. Good evening.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
How are you, Mari?
Nice, teacher.
Great. Nice to have you here, Mari. Thank you for joining and being on time. We are going to wait just a couple of seconds for the other classmates, and then we are going to start with the class. Renee is coming. Hello, Renee. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you, Renee?
I am okay, teacher.
Great. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining and thank you for being punctual. Just 1 minute and we start. Let's wait for the other classmates. Hello, Carla. Welcome. How are you doing today, Carla?
Hello, teacher. Good evening. I am fine. I am asleep in the noon.
Ah, you slept in the afternoon. That's amazing. Nice to have you here, Carla. Thank you for joining and being on time. And let's see, we have Jose. Welcome. How are you doing today, Jose? Jose, how are you?
Happy.
Happy. You are happy. That's amazing. Thank you for joining, Jose. And hello, Maria. How are you?
I am fine, teacher.
Great. Thank you for joining, Maria. See, we only wait for Jenny and we start. Welcome, Jenny. How are you doing? Jenny Elizabeth, how are you today, Jenny?
Fine.
Fine, great. Nice to have you here, Jenny. And hello, David. Hello, Ronald. How are you today, Ronald?
Hello, teacher. I am good. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for joining, Ronald. And hello, David. How are you doing?
My teacher was good.
Amazing. Nice to have you here. And let's see, Marina, welcome. Kaylin, Maria Rivera, everybody, welcome to the class. We are going to start and look at these. We have countable and uncountable nouns. So you already know this topic, so we are going to practice a little bit more. And this is the first activity. You are going to talk about your family. So for example, I'm going to ask you, how many siblings do you have? Or how many cousins are there in your family? And you can tell me if you spend a lot of time with them or not. So is the activity clear or any questions? Questions? No questions? Okay, very good. So
What
it's
is siblings, teacher?
siblings is brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. That is siblings. That is siblings. For example, if I say I have 2 siblings, that means that one is a boy, one brother, and the other one is a girl, a sister, right? So it's like when you mix those two, a brother and a sister, that is siblings. So let's begin with Jenny. You are going to be my first participant. Jenny, how many siblings do you have?
I have 4, I think. Yeah, 4.
I have 4 siblings.
4 siblings. Okay, so and 2 brothers, 2 sisters.
Yeah, 2 brothers, 2 sisters.
Okay, great. And let me ask you, how old are your sisters?
My sisters, one I think is like 50, it's around the 50 years. I don't know exactly what, like,
Their age.
her age, yeah. And the other one, I think that is 55 or, yeah, in those years.
Okay. And how much time do you spend with your sisters?
Suddenly, I haven't seen them, but yeah, before we used to be too close and we see like one in a week.
Once a week. Very good.
Once a week.
So you used to see each other once a week. And
Yeah.
let me ask you, how many cousins do you have?
There's too much. I cannot count them.
Because you have many cousins.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Me too. I have a lot of cousins.
Yeah, there's too much. I cannot count them.
Very good. Thank you, Jenny. And now let me ask. Let's go with Ronald. Ronald, how do you have
Teacher.
any siblings?
I had only sister. I had 3 sisters.
You have 3 sisters. And let me ask you, how
Yes.
old are your sisters?
My older sister is 37 years. And, and, and my other sister is 31 years. And my youngest sister is 25 years.
Okay, great. And how much time do you spend with your sisters, Ronald?
How much time do you spend with my sister? What is the meaning of spend?
How much time? For example, you can say, I see them twice a week. ¿Cuánto tiempo se comparte con ellas? O pasar
With
tiempo.
my sister, with one sister, usually we go to running on Monday, and with my younger sister, and at night, sometimes we watch TV all day.
Okay, very good. So you spend a lot of time with them. Very good, Ronald. Thank you so much. And let's see, let me ask. And let's go with Marina. Marina, how many siblings do you have? Marina Orellana, do you have any brothers or sisters? Okay, then let me ask Carla. Carla, do you have any brothers or sisters, Carla?
I have one sister only.
Only one sister. And how old is your sister?
She's 22 years old.
Okay. And how much time do you spend with your sister?
What, teacher?
How much time do you spend with your sister?
No entiendo.
How much time? For example, you can say, I you can say, I watch my sister every day. And you can say, we, for example, we listen to music together. That is
Okay.
spending
Yes.
time.
I was my sister one a month.
Once a month.
Usually talking
Mhm.
cuando nos vemos.
Mhm. How you talk when you see her?
I like sing
Mhm.
only.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Carla. Very good job. And thank you guys for participating. Now, let's see, we are going to start with the topic. And look at this. We have countable and uncountable nouns. So for this one, let me ask Mari de Gonzalez, can you help me read this one, Mari? Mari de Gonzalez, can you help me read? Okay, then let's go with Andrea. Let's go with Andrea.
Good evening.
Good evening, Andrea.
Countable nouns
Mhm.
have a singular and plural form. We can count a tree, 2 trees.
Very good.
Can use a singular verb or the book is old. A plural verb, the books are old.
The books are old. Very good, Andrea. Very good pronunciation. And look at this. As the name says it, a countable noun is something that we can count. And this is very important. So they have a singular and a plural form. And let me ask, David, what is singular, David?
Only one.
Only one. Very good. Like this one. The book is old. One book is old. And what is plural, David?
More for one.
Very good. More than one. So look at this one. The books are old. Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 books are old. So this one is quite easy, right? Something that you can count with numbers. And now this one. Uncountable nouns. Let's go with Jose. Can you help me read, Jose? Uncountable nouns.
Have only one form, no plural.
Mhm.
Bother and bother.
Mhm.
Always use a singular verb. Sugar is sweet.
Very good.
Cannot use a, an, or a number before them. Rice, bread.
Very good. Thank you, Jose. And look at these guys. This is very important. So these ones, uncountable nouns, they don't have plural. So we cannot say butters, sugars, salts. That is incorrect, right? Sugars. Or look at this. Always use a singular verb. Sugar is sweet. We cannot say sugar are sweet, right? Sugar are sweet would be incorrect. Always singular. And finally, we don't use a or an or a number. We cannot say 1 rice or 1 sugar or 1 salt. So questions with this one or everything clear? Feel free to ask if you have a question with this one or everything fine.
It's clear, teacher.
Thank you. So if you don't have questions, let's move on to this one. Some uncountable nouns. So you can get the idea. Let's go with, let's see. Who is, hay alguien que tiene en su user DSGM. What is your name? Can you change your user? What is your name? Are you there? Okay, then let's go with Danny. Hello, Danny. Can you help me read these first ones right here? Uncountable nouns. Danny Galindo, are you there? Can you help me read? Okay, then let's go with Rene. Let's go with Rene. Can you help me read that one, Rene?
Okay, teacher.
Go ahead,
Hello.
Rene.
Yes, I have a problem with my connection.
You have a problem with the connection. Okay. Don't worry, Rene. If you want, you can participate later. If right now you are having problems with the connection, you can participate later.
Okay, teacher.
Don't worry. So let's go with Marina. Sí, Maria Rivera. Can you help me read this one, Maria? Please. Maria Rivera.
Uncountable nouns are often abstract ideas.
Ideas.
Ideas cannot touch love, freedom, education, look, health, beautiful, music, thunder. Liquids, gases, water, milk, wheat, oil, coffee, rain, soap, air, smoky, blood,
Juice?
Juice y fog.
Fog. Very good. And this one, Maria. Smoke, like this. Smoke.
Smoke.
Smoke. Very good. And this one, wine, like this. Wine.
Wine.
Wine. Very good.
Wine.
Thank you, Maria. And these are some examples, guys. Uncountable nouns, abstract ideas, something that you cannot touch. For example, you cannot touch love, right? If I say, I love my mom, I cannot touch love, right? Or for example, beauty. If I say, she is beautiful, you cannot touch beauty, right? Or music, you cannot touch music. So that is one thing. Or liquids and gases like water or the rain or the air. Those are uncountable. And what else? Let's continue with Jacqueline. Can you help me read this one, Jacqueline?
Good night, teacher.
Good evening, Jacqueline.
Marine on smiley path, sugar, rice, salt, sand, flour, deer, dust, traffic, grass, spaghetti. Spaghetti, así se pronuncia.
Yes, spaghetti.
Spaghetti, okay. Materials, wood, glass, paper, gold, silver, ice, iron, cotton, wool, steel.
And steel. Very good, Jacqueline. So, Also made of smaller parts. For example, let's see, sugar. Sugar are very small parts, right? But you cannot count every part of sugar. Or rice, you cannot count every rice. Or materials, materials like wood or paper or ice. And the last examples. Let's go with Mari de González. Can you read these last two, Mari?
Okay, teacher. Some food. Bread, fish, cheese, chocolate, meat, bacon, food, ham. Big, how do you say
Be
the
careful.
second? Be careful. Furniture, advice, word, new information. How do you say second word?
Like this.
After
Luggage.
information.
Luggage. Like this, luggage. Luggage, and finally,
Look at me. And money.
And money. Very good. Luggage and money. Very good, Mari. So, some food, for example, we don't say two meats, right? Two meats.
Money.
Money. Very good, Mari.
Money.
Yes, very good, Mari. Don't worry. So, for example, we don't say 2 meats, right? We say, for example, 1 pound of meat, but not 2 meats. Or this one, money, we don't say 2 monies or 3 monies, right? So keep that in mind. Any questions with this one or everything fine? Feel free to ask if you have a question. Questions? No. Okay, so if you don't have questions, look at these. We have some examples with the uncountable nouns. So let's go with Gerardo. Can you help me read this one, Gerardo?
Money can't by law. I to how do you say
Experience. Experience.
Happiness.
Happiness.
We need electricity to use Wi-Fi.
To use the Wi-Fi. Very good, Gerardo. So as you can see, guys, here we have some sentences using uncountable nouns. Can you give me one example? Let's go with, let's see, let me ask. Kaylin, can you give me one example using uncountable nouns? One of these words, Kaylin. You can use love, or you can use education, water, milk, or sugar. One sentence, Kaylin. Kaylin Olmedo, just one sentence. One sentence using, you can use, for example, water or milk. Okay, then let me ask. Let's go with Jenny. Can you give me one sentence, Jenny, using uncountable nouns?
Can I use water, right?
Yes, you can use water.
water is the source of
Mhm.
I don't know what to say.
You can say water is the source of life. We can say life, right? Because
Okay, of life.
of life. Very good. Because if we don't drink water, we can die. Very good. Very good example. And look at this. Jenny said water is. We cannot say waters. Waters are. We say water. So very good example. And let's see. Now we finally have how to ask questions. And let's begin with Ronald. Can you read this part, Ronald?
Okay, teacher. How much? We used to ask about the quantity of something. We use it with uncountable nouns.
With uncountable nouns. Very good. So can you read this one as well, Ronald?
Okay. How much plus uncountable noun?
How much plus uncountable noun? Very good, Ronald. Thank you. So this is quite simple. We only use how much and then an uncountable nouns, like the ones we were reading. So help me read the examples. Let's go with Carla. Can you read these 3 questions?
Okay, teacher. How much time do we have to finish the test? How much sugar would you like in your coffee? How much milk is in the fridge?
In the fridge.
Fridge.
Fridge. Very good. Very good, Carla. And look at these guys. In these questions, let me ask Andrea. Let's see. Andrea, time is countable or uncountable, Andrea?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Very good. And sugar, Andrea?
Uncountable too.
Very good. And finally, milk?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Very good, Andrea. That is correct. So in these questions, we use how much with uncountable. And let's see, we cannot say how many sugars or how many milks. We use how much. So, questions with this one or everything clear? With the questions, everything fine? Feel free to ask if you have any doubt. Okay, very good. So if you don't have questions, let's read the final notes. And let's see, David, can you help me read this one?
Important. One milk, it's wrong. One
Very
cup of milk. 2 sugar, it's wrong. 2 spoons of sugar.
Of sugar. Very good, David. So in this one, we cannot say 1 milk. We can say 1 cup of milk. Cups, vasos, are countable. You can say 1 cup, 2 cups, or sugar. Sugar, we cannot say 2 sugars, but we can say 2 spoons. 2 cucharadas. Spoons, you can count spoons, right? 1 spoon, 2 spoons. So if you don't have questions, you are going to help me create some questions using how much. And let's begin with Jose. Can you give me 1 question using how much, Jose? Jose, are you there? 1 question.
How much cheese we need to eat all the dinner?
How much cheese we need to eat?
In the morning.
In the morning. Cheese. Very good. We need to eat in the morning. Just one thing. Remember, for questions in the simple present, don't forget the auxiliary. How much cheese do we need to eat in the morning? Very good example, Jose. Cheese is uncountable. Now, who else? Let me ask Gerardo. Can you give me one question, Gerardo? Using how much? Gerardo Cortés, one question.
How much sugar
Mhm.
in the coffee? How much sugar?
How much sugar? You can ask how much sugar would you like in the coffee?
How much sugar would you like in the coffee?
In the coffee. Very good, Gerardo. Great example. Sugar is uncountable. Very good, Gerardo. And finally, the last question goes to, let's see, Marina. Can you give me one question, Marina? Using how much?
How much water do you need?
Do you need? Very good, Marina. Very good question. How much water do you need? Amazing. Water is uncountable. We cannot say one water or two waters, right? Very good. So before we move on, everything clear? Yes or no? Don't be afraid. If you have a question, you can ask. Okay, very good. So if everything is clear, we can move on to how many, okay? And how many is for, let's see, Maride Gonzalez. Can you read this one, Mari, please?
Okay, teacher. How many is used to ask for quantity with countable nouns?
With countable nouns. Very good, Mari, thank you. And let's see, let me ask Rene, can you read this one, Rene, and the examples?
Okay, teacher. How many plus plural noun? How many people work in your company? How many cousins do you have? How many books did you buy?
Did you buy? Very good, Rene. And let me ask. Let's go with Jacqueline. Let's see. Jacqueline, people is countable or uncountable? Jacqueline?
Countable.
Very good. And cousins, countable or uncountable?
Es una memoria, teacher.
Cousins are the family members. For example, my cousin is the son of my uncle. That is my cousin.
Countable.
Countable, very good. Primos, countable. And books, countable or uncountable, Jacqueline?
Uncountable.
Books,
Uncountable.
uncountable. Can you count books, yes or no? Can you say one book, two books, three books?
Uncountable, teacher.
Countable, very good, Jacqueline. So these three are countable. Thank you. And that's why we use how many. And also this is very important. In the question, we use a plural noun. For example, people, cousins, books. We don't say, for example, how many book. How many books? That is incorrect. We have to say how many books. Is this clear or do you have a question? Okay, so if you don't have questions, you are going to help me create some questions using how many. And let's go with Ronald. Can you give me one question using how many, Ronald?
Okay, teacher. Um, how many supermarket there are in your city? How many supermarkets there are in your city?
In your city. Okay, very good example, Ronald. Supermarkets is countable. Just one thing. For the questions, there are in your city. Let me see. Do you remember how to create questions with there are? We have to change the position of some words. Do you remember?
Yes, are there?
Very good, Ronald.
Are
How
there
many
in your city?
supermarkets are there in your city? In your city. Amazing example, Ronald. Now let me ask. Let's go with Kaylin. Can you give me one example, Kaylin, using how many? Kaylin Olmedo, just one example, using how many? How many?
Chocolate. Did you buy?
Did you?
Buy.
Did you buy? How many chocolates did you buy? Okay, very nice, Kaylin. Just one thing. In this case, chocolate is uncountable. And we use these bars of chocolate. If we want to make it countable, si lo queremos hacer countable, we have to add bars, barritas. How many bars of chocolate did you buy? Because chocolate is uncountable. Like, for example, coffee. Coffee is uncountable. But if you say 2 cups of coffee, that is countable, right? Because cups, you can count cups. 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 10 cups. Same thing here. You can count bars, las barras. How many bars of chocolates did you buy? Very good. And finally, let me ask Andrea, one question using how many, Andrea?
How many pears?
How many?
How many pears? Como peras. Pears did you buy?
Did she buy? Very good, Andrea. Very good example. This is countable. So great job, guys. Thank you for the examples. And before we move on, questions with how many or everything clear?
It's clear, teacher.
Clear? Thank you, Rene. So if you don't have questions, let's move on. And the final thing, let me ask, this goes to Marina. We use how much with uncountable or countable nouns, Marina?
A noun is countable. Oh. Or repeat, teacher, please. No
Yes.
understand.
Don't worry. Look at this. We use how much. How much is for uncountable or for countable? What do you think?
Uncountable.
Very good. How much is for uncountable? Amazing, Marina. And the second one goes to Jose. We use how many with uncountable or countable?
Countable.
Countable. Very good. Now, Jacqueline, water is countable or uncountable?
Uncountable, teacher.
Very good, Jacqueline. Uncountable. And finally, we are going to practice. Now that we studied the topic, we are going to do some exercises. Look at these. We are going to practice, and let's begin with my first participant is going to be Marina. Spoon, that is countable or uncountable, Marina?
Oh, countable.
Countable, very good, Marina. Now, Jose, table, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable, very good. Jacqueline, a film. A film is like a movie. Countable or uncountable, Jacqueline?
Countable.
Countable, very good. Now, Rene, a letter. A letter is countable or uncountable?
Countable, teacher.
Countable, very good, Rene. Now, Carla, a person, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable, very good, Carla. Now, Maria Rivera, a computer, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable, very good. Jenny, a doctor.
Is countable.
Countable, very good. Now, let's see. Mari, San, what do you think?
What's the meaning teacher?
The meaning of sand. Sand is what you can find at the beach. This is sand.
Okay, teacher.
So what do you think? Very good. Sand is uncountable. Very good, Manny. Now let me ask Gerardo, a picture.
Countable.
Countable. Very good. Now, Andrea, water.
Uncountable.
Very good. Let's see. Let's go with David, a dog.
It's countable.
Countable. Very good. Ronald, milk.
It's uncountable.
Uncountable. Very good. Kaylin, meat. What do you think? Meat. Kaylin, are you there? Meat. Okay, then let's go with Rene, meat. What do you think?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Very good. And let's see, let me ask. Jose, butter.
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Very good. And finally, hair is uncountable as well because you cannot count every hair, right? You cannot say one hair, two hairs. So look at this. You got all of them correct. Congratulations, guys. You did very, very good with the countable and uncountable nouns. And let's see, we are going to do the last exercise. There we go. In this one, you are going to find the correct position for the words. So let's begin with, Jenny.
How many bottles of water are there?
Very good. Of water are there. And look at this. In this one, very good, Jenny. That is correct. In this one, we use how many because we have bottles. That is countable, a bottle. You can say 1 bottle, 2, 3, right? This is countable. So that's why how many are there? Very good. Now let's go with Ronald. Let's find the correct position for the words.
Okay. How much? How much juice is there in the fridge?
Very good. In the fridge. Very good, Ronald. That is correct. Very good. Now, number 3.
Teacher,
Let's go
una
with,
pregunta.
tell me, René.
¿Por qué a veces ponemos al final is there o are there? Y, por ejemplo, ahorita va, digamos, en medio de las sentencias.
This one, for example. Okay, so in the last class, we saw that there is to say that something is in a place. For example, there is juice in the fridge. This means that the juice is in that place, in the fridge. There is juice in the fridge. And in the question, how much juice is there in the fridge? You are asking the quantity. How much is there in the fridge? ¿Cuánto hay in the fridge? So when you say there is, it's like saying there is juice in the fridge. Hay jugo en la refrigeradora. There is hay. A ver. So how much juice is there in the fridge? ¿Cuánto jugo hay en la fridge? Is that better? To say that something is in a place. René, is that better?
Es que, teacher, va, digamos, utilizando el how much, hay, o sea, hay preguntas que al final, o sea, está utilizando el how much y al final lleva is there. Al final. No, o sea, se puede utilizar igual así.
How much juice is... Can you give me an example?
Como la primera pregunta.
Like the first one.
Ajá, ok. Sí, como la primera, teacher.
Oh, okay, very good. Thank you, thank you. So, like this one. How many bottles of water are there? You can use are there. That is correct. But you can also finish with a place. How many bottles of water are there in the kitchen, for example? In the kitchen. So, there is or there are, you can use a place. But that is if you want to. If you want to, you can mention the place. How many bottles of water are there in the kitchen? You can mention the place if you want to. But if you don't mention the place, that is correct as well.
Okay, teacher.
So you can mention the place if you want to, but if you don't mention the place, it's still correct. How many bottles of water are there?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, very good question, Rene. Very good observation. And let's see, we are going to do the last question, number 3. Let's go with David. What is the correct position for these words?
How many packets of crisps are there?
Very good. How many packets of crisps are there? Very good. Are there? And in this one, if you want, you can add a place. How many packets of crisps are there on the table, for example, if you want to, right? And the last activity. See, we are about to finish. And in this activity, I'm going to ask you some questions and you are going to speak as much as you can. So let's begin with the first questions. And the first participant is, let's go with Andrea. Andrea Alfaro. Let me ask you, Andrea, how many Facebook friends do you have, Andrea?
Oh, I have 700.
700. You have many, many friends. And let me ask you, how much time do you spend in Facebook?
How much time?
1 hour, 2 hours?
I try to dedicate 2 hours.
2 hours, okay. And let me ask you, let's see. How much time do you spend watching TV, Andrea?
I'm watching TV 3 hours of day.
3 hours a day. And let me ask you, what movies or what shows do you watch?
I like serie.
You like series?
Pose. And The Office.
And you like The Office? That's a funny one.
Yes.
Very good, Andrea. Very good participation. And now choose the next participant, Andrea, please.
David.
David, very good. So let's go with David. Let's see another question for David. What happened? Let's see. David, how many books have you read this year, David? How many books?
This year I I don't read anything, but the last year I read 2 books.
You read 2 books. Very good. And what are the names of the books?
One of them, Hambriento de Nach.
Okay. And what is the book about? It's like a story.
How do you say poesía? Poetry?
Poetry. Yes.
Yeah, poetry.
Ah, so you like poetry. Great.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, have you ever read Alfredo Espino?
So.
So. And let's see, the last question. Let me ask you, David. How many, let's see, how many cups of coffee do you drink every day, David?
I don't know. Maybe 7 cup of coffee.
7 cups of coffee. That's a
Yeah.
lot of coffee. And what is your favorite coffee, David?
American coffee.
Very good. I see that you love coffee, David. Very good. Thank you so much for participating. Can you choose the next one?
Let me see. On Ronald.
Ronald. Very good. Let's go with Ronald. Let me ask you. Ronald, you mentioned that you like to run, right?
Yes, teacher.
So how many hours do you run every day or minutes?
Usually I run 50 minutes.
50 minutes. That's a lot. Very good. And
one day yes and one day no.
okay, very good.
Puedo decir un día sí, un día no?
Like this. Let me show you. Every other day.
Every other day.
Every other day. Very good. And let me ask you, Ronald. Let's see. How many cups of coffee do you drink every day?
I drink 2 cups of coffee every day.
2 cups of coffee.
Or 3.
Or 3, right? 2 or 3. So you like coffee a lot as well. And the last question, Ronald. Let's see. This one. How many friends do you have on Facebook, Ronald?
I don't know, maybe 1,000.
1,000.
Yes, I had Facebook last since I have my account Facebook since 2010.
Since 2010, 1,000. You have many friends. Very good, Ronald. Thank you so much for sharing. You did a very good job. And thank you, everyone. And let's see, before we go, do you have any final questions with how much and how many, or everything clear? Feel free to ask if you have last questions.
No question, teacher.
No questions? Okay, very good. So if you don't have questions, the last thing, just to remind you, how much? Uncountable. And how many? Countable. Keep that in mind, and it's going to be easy for you guys. So thank you so much for joining and for participating. And remember, if you have any problem with the activities in the platform, you can text in the group chat so I can help you or your other classmates. So see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good night.
Good night,
Tomorrow,
teacher.
Night, teacher. Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye. See you.